Get those Cybermen out.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sideman. Today I'm going to do a showcase on the Cell Surge deck that I won regionals with over the weekend. The first two games are friendlies. That is myself obviously playing Cell versus Bardocks crew. The second one is versus Shroom and Salsa. And the second two games are from the tournament itself, so they're on webcam. The first is versus Broly Surge, and the second is the final against Dark Broly. So I hope you enjoyed those. I'll put timestamps in the description as well, or in the comments, so you can just skip through if you'd rather see one of them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers. Alrighty guys, this is me. First off, me playing Cell Surge, obviously, with VS versus Bardocks crew. I apologise for the fact that you can't see my leader, but everybody knows what it does. I'm doing the top 5 here first, adding a card to hand. I don't actually have to show him that, but I showed him because I'm about to play it, even though, here we go. Trying to do things too many. This was a friendly game, too many things at once. So putting the cell in the drop, using the Cell Surge later to get Successor of Hope, putting the cell in the drop, then using Successor to find the 1-drop. Always good if you see a Successor in the top 5 to grab that rather than a swap piece you need, because with Successor of Hope you're thinning the deck more. So instead of getting 1 card out of your deck, you're getting 2 cards out. Now I'm swapping into the 2 cost and passing turn. I apologise, yeah, again that you can't see my leader properly. This is just... Unfortunately, I obviously didn't set the camera up very well. But this is a game against the Bardocks crew deck that you've seen previously on the channel. I love playing against this deck because it is so fun, and I like seeing all the changes that KC makes to it. Now he's tapping 1 and going into the Tora. Unfortunately for him, I don't attack with this deck really until it's too late, so playing that is not going to help too much, because that's the Tora that when you block with it, or if it's removed by skill, you can tap 1 to play a Bardock in rest mode. I am now doing top 5 here. So this is where you want to be ideally when you're playing this deck. You want to have your 2 cost on field when you start your turn 2. It can be Goten or it can be Gohan. I usually use Gohan just as long as I have the pieces I need in hand, because I'm taking a life here, so going down to what I believe is 5 life. Using Gohan because it can't be removed very easily because it has barrier. If you do use Goten, you get to search, so if you need to find pieces, you do that, but generally I don't do that until turn 2, so I can maybe use my extra energy to play a Goten and search. The other thing is you don't want to give your opponent more cards, you don't want to help them awaken. So I'm looking for Universe 7 here. We have Path to Greatness in the deck because it is a Universe 7 card mainly. And it's easier to get off your EX evolves the more Universe 7s you have. That is searchable with Successor, so it's very good. I've used 2 Successors already, as you can see. This deck is very consistent. And then I thought about here, I'm just going to play this blocker because I know that he likes to get that 8 Bardock out, and I thought blocking that double strike will probably help because I am on 5 life. I don't want to go down too far. From memory, I don't have Victory Strike in my hand either. I didn't grab that yet, so I didn't want to risk that I wouldn't be able to kill him the next turn. So it's nice to have just a blocker that you can use if you need. So leader swinging in, bursting 2, and drawing 1. He's rest moding that blocker. So the blocker didn't help me, obviously. So he's trying to get a lot of blockers out here. He knows that Victory Strike can be blocked. He knows that I can KO blockers easily, so he's trying to get lots of blockers out to try and stop me. So attacking my Gohan. That was a waste of energy there, obviously. Super comboing out of this attack to see if I can find something that I need. Obviously Victory Strike. Can't see what I put in there, I apologize. Let's see if we can move me. Whoa, that was the wrong thing. Obviously not move the screen, I apologize. I'm just going to move myself over here so you can see what's in my drop. That was fun. So we have, I put the 5-drop Universe 7 there, mainly because it's a, if I already have one in hand, it's a 1-cost combo, so it can be annoying. The cool thing that I never really realized about that was that it has 27,000 power. It's such a strange number, but it is decent if you're going in for game. Leader skill, adding a card to hand. It looks like I forgot to drop a card here. Whoopsie. So this is not in my regionals build. I'm just seeing if I need the Universe 7. So you can see that Universe 7 Piccolo in my hand. This is not in my regionals build because I decided to take it out for some best of 1 tech. Honestly, it's probably better. This makes it more consistent, and being able to grab super combos is good. I obviously didn't drop a card for the leader skill there. That is my bad. Luckily, this was just a friendly. I don't think it would have mattered too much. I'm swapping here into the 5-drop Pan, who plays a 5-cost Goku's Lineage from deck. And I just have to remember which one I have in my hand. So that's the best one of the two in general. And I missed the bottom of my deck. Yeah. I'm obviously not paying much attention here, as you can see. Play 1 5-drop Goku from hand, 1 from deck. So I played that one from deck. This negates their keyword skills for the turn. And that Goku can KO a card when it comes in. If the card is in rest mode, you draw. The card wasn't in rest mode, obviously. Generally, you're playing that 5-drop promo from deck because it doesn't have swap, so it's not as easy to search. Surging here, untapping 2, drawing 2. So that's why that Piccolo's in there, because it is a Universe 7, so you can use it to evolve for the evolve fodder, and also it is green for Surge. I think I'll put that back in. That was Eggman that gave me that idea. Now we can... The idea is to evolve one of these Gokus into Hope of Universe 7 by dropping 2 Universe 7 cards, and then evolve the other Goku... and then evolve that Goku into Victory Strike. But as you can see, there's no Victory Strike in my hand. Dropping 2 Universe 7 cards, both promo Gokus there. I'm not sure why I used the skill to not rip a card. Anyway, attacking, so I get to KO a battle card or not KO a battle card, but place a battle card in the drop or rip a card from hand. So 35k crit, takes a life. He's down to 7 life here. This was pretty brutal, this game, the end of this game. And this shows that the deck, without giving too much away, I hope, this shows that the deck is viable without Victory Strike, because obviously I don't have Victory Strike here. Attacking and getting rid of the other blocker. He doesn't have an energy to use its skill. Here's another Hope of Universe 7. So he has what I believe is 4 cards in hand. Swinging Leader. Having a bit of a fit. He was just kidding. Getting rid of one of those cards. and at 35k crit. So he doesn't have enough combo to out combo 35k. He can awaken, but unfortunately the awaken skill just untaps, so it's not going to help him with combo power. So both of these have attacked twice now, attacking a third time, grabbing another card from hand. So he's got one card in hand, unable to out combo. He can awaken here. But he decided not to, I guess. The other thing is, because he even if he awakens, all that matters is he's got that auto that he can crit a life, but because the life's crit anyway, it's no point in negating. I'm not running double strike Champa. So swinging in with the 19k and dumping hand. That is game. He just saw his Hachiak. So 2 of those Hyper Universe 7s is very, very easy to do on turn 3. It's probably easier to do than it is to do Victory Strike, to be honest, because you see Hope of Universe 7s more. So it is very viable, and that, as you saw, if your opponent doesn't have the right hand size, you can just get them down with those on one turn from 8 to 0. That was 8 to 0 life on one turn. So pretty damn cool match. Let's get on to the next one. Alrighty, next match now we have Shroom and Salsa, obviously versing the same deck you just watched. My opponent, again, knowing that I go in for the Victory Strike generally without taking their life, he's charging a super combo here. Actually, in my final game against Dark Broly of the regionals, not giving anything away, you guys know I won that because I did win the regionals. The fact that he had those zero cost, zero combo power super combos really hurt him because he couldn't out combo using them. They're just zero, which is unfortunate. So I'm using Successor of Hope here to find a card. I didn't even see what it was. Using my leader skill to look at top 5. I think it's better, the sequencing, it's better to use the top 5 before the leader skill, depending on what you're looking for. On turn 1 it is. Top 5 before Successor, because you want to find whatever with Successor that you don't find in the top 5. If you're going in later turns, it might be better to use Successor first because you can thin the deck more to find Victory Strike before you use it. Again, I apologize for the camera location. I'll try and tell you how much life I have by paying attention here. Swapping into the 2-drop Gohan and passing turn. Not seeing the cell to drop is unfortunate. That cell SR is so good. It makes this deck good. Without that SR, this deck is pretty bad because you don't have draw power. The SR just really kicks it into gear. So my opponent playing the 1-drop Toa here, looking at the top 5 or 7 and adding a skillless to hand, and then he's going to play. I think what you do with this leader is you attack, you combo to get a draw, and then you play the card from the drop area with the Toa skill, I believe. But we will see. Yeah, attacking leader, drawing a card, comboing, sending a battle card from my drop area to my warp. That leader has an auto. When you combo with a black card, you send a battle card from your opponent's drop area to their warp, and if they have no battle cards in their drop area, you can you can draw a card, which is cool. He's passing turn with an energy up, which is interesting. Surprised he didn't tap out. You don't really need energy against this deck early turns because I don't attack at all. So I just wanted to read that card to check that it couldn't get rid of my barrier card, I think. So looking at the top 5 to add a card to hand still. go. And forgetting to drop a card again. What a cheater I am. So with that guy, I can choose to take a life, which I think I am. Putting me at 6 life. Passing turn with the Goku up. The Goku there and 1 energy up, potentially for Nimbus, I believe. Toa playing a skillless, so he definitely should have played a skillless last turn, I think, to try and put some more damage on me. I wasn't attacking, so there was no point in having energy there. Nimbus. So 5 cost, playing a 2 cost, because there are no battle cards in my drop area. When it attacks, you send 1 from the drop to warp, and if there are none, you can play a 2 cost skillless with 15k from your drop. It might not even be with 15k, just a 2 drop black skillless. Attacking with the 20, and I am taking it here, and he's passing turn. So this is the turn where it goes off, assuming I have all the pieces. Assimilate, searching for a green Piccolo. So I had the option of a super combo there, but I'm choosing to go with the Universe 7 card, most likely because I don't have enough Universe 7 cards to discard, so I needed to find one. Top 5. There's the victory strike, that's what we're looking for. Dropping Cell, drawing a card, using Swap. So fun going against black because you know that they don't have counterplays, so you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. The only thing you do worry about is the Masked Saiyan. If they tap that and crit a life, Victory Strike does nothing. But I'm obviously hoping that he doesn't have it. Playing one from hand, and then I'll use that to KO the Best Mode card and draw 1. Surge here, a green and a yellow, and draw 2, untap 2. Checking that I have the right amount of Universe 7s here. Using another Assimilate to grab another Universe 7 because I needed one. So that's why I like that. It really helps to have that on demand. Tapping 1 for EX Evolve. Dropping 2 Universe 7 cards. And look at that, straight into Victory Strike, which is interesting. Normally I attack with cards, but I'm thinking... Yeah, it's strange that I didn't attack with Hope of Universe 7, to be honest. Normally I would do that because I know that black doesn't have like a Floodgate card, really. Because... that would clear his board of combo power. Anyway, I'm attacking him with 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90k. 95k, I think. He's saying he wished that worked on 8 costs. So he's got the Heron's Lineage. 15. So he can awaken because I have 4 battle cards in Warp, and he does not have enough to out-combo. So that is game there. Victory Strike, turn 3 win. Pretty strong. Cool to see. The next game is one of the games I played in the webcam tournament. This is versus Surge Broly. I will go over that, and I'll also have the... I might not. I was going to say I'll have the commentators, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just talk about it, so I hope you enjoyed that. Alright guys, so this is the second round of the regionals. I was playing against Broly Surge. I'm on the right there. Looks like my camera's a bit weird. I promise you could see my leader and everything. This is just the way as you can see, it's not centered for some reason on the stream. Nothing I can do about that. Now I am first turn using Successor to grab Grandpa Gohan, and then most likely using my leader skill to top 5. So the annoying thing for me with these webcam events is I don't have my webcam's a bit shit. Believe it or not. We record our games with a phone, and I don't want to use my phone to play webcam, as we've seen just recently with the drama that happened in the Australian event. Your phone can easily die or overheat, even if the quality of the webcam is not as good. It is better than having a phone overheat and things like that, even if the quality is better. So I used Cell to grab a card from the top of my deck, and then drop the Cell Zeno SR and use that to take a life and draw a card. Obviously drew into Successor of Hope, or I grabbed that from the top of the deck. Grabbing a Gohan. Tapping 1 for Grandpa Gohan, and then swapping into the 2-drop Gohan there. Passing turn, I believe. Now my opponent, I'm not sure, he said he hasn't played against Cell Surge before, and he hasn't played against Victory Strike before either, so he didn't really know the matchup too well, which went in my favour, obviously. Charging a rest mode, charging a multicolor turn 1 is a bit hard. And I took the life, and he passed turn. Charging a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Adding a card to hand, I'm not sure. I don't recall these games, I was so tired after all of this. So I grabbed the Successor. To add to my hand. Yeah, so obviously I forgot to use my leader skill, drop a card with my leader skill. Luckily my opponent was kind enough to allow me to do that, taking a life, trying to dig for victory strike pretty early, as you can see. Tapping 1 to use the skill of Goku to add a card to hand. I'm just explaining what it all does. Add Gohan to hand and play the Goku, which is 4 drop 15k with barrier. He has swap 3. I can choose a card to add, to add a card to my life, which I think I'm thinking about now, but I decide not to do that. And passing turn. Charging another multicolor energy in rest is a bit hard. Attacking with leader. Did not negate here. I think I thought about negating but decided not to. So he's comboing with the Goten. This guy lets you place a dormant legend in the drop. And then if you did, you untap an energy, and then your leader allows you to draw a card, which is pretty good. Leader allows you to draw a card when you combo. And then you can also rival, because you're untapping an energy. And you have a multicolor in your combo area. It's very nice. Very strong card, that Goten. I did think it was a very random character to put in this deck though. Arrivaling the Gogeta. Unfortunately cannot kill my Goku because he has barrier, but that's a double strike, and then I'm taking the hit. Gets such a big hand with all those hits. This leader, as long as you get the cells to place in your drop, you can really draw so much. It's very nice. Super combo, draw 2, warp 1. So here I think I know that I have victory strike, so I'm gonna just try and go for game. So don't need the super combo. I don't remember if I comboed out of this or ended up just taking the double strike. Looks like I did combo out. Main deck Master Saiyan here. Passing turn. I think I'm just getting my opponent to remind me when his Surge skill's alive and what happens when he awakens, because I know obviously with Surge you can awaken at any time, so he could potentially awaken on his defensive step now to untap 2 energy. He does the same skill as Cell does, which is untap 2, draw 2. Charging my Vegeta's Final Flash. That came in clutch in one of my games, which obviously wasn't this one. I only run one of those. Leader skill top 5. Double checking. Adding a card to hand. Deck getting thin already. Dropping a card. Yes, that's correct. Swap with my Goku to play a Pan. Now, I always just check my hand, go through deck first to see what I have in there to play. So here it's great, there's a rest mode battle card there, which is perfect because I can KO it with the Goku and draw a card, which is nice. And playing the other Goku, which has swap 4. The rest mode, the promo Goku has double strike, but that does not matter because his keyword skills are negated from Pan, and the same for the barrier and swap from the Goku, the other Goku. So I'm choosing to KO one of his rest mode battle cards and drawing a card. Now having to surge. I'm just explaining what that does. I think I don't know what that was about anyway. Getting my U7s ready to drop. So what you do here is you, I spoke about in the other games obviously, tap 1 to evolve Hope of U7 on top. A couple of times during games I didn't have enough U7 cards in hand, which was unfortunate, so I had to just use super combos for no reason. Dropping a Hope and a Path. So I'm just explaining what Hope of Universe 7 does. So obviously when he attacks, I can look at the top, discard a card from his hand, but I believe in this scenario I decided it's better off not to attack because I don't want to give my opponent a chance to rival anything and potentially kill my Goku. So just going straight into Victory Strike and attacking. It's because I couldn't remember how much the Brolys neg. They do neg, I think they neg a fair bit. They don't neg up to 45 though, so that was my thoughts here. I felt like there was nothing he could do as long as I got enough combo power. It was okay. So Victory Strike, we're going 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90. But am I comboing with the board as well? I don't recall. Nope, 90k. Oh, I think because by then he already said I can't out combo it, so I just stopped. And that was it. And that is good game. So I felt bad saying good game to people in this tournament because they just felt like they didn't do anything. As you can see, he really didn't get to do anything here. He probably could have Surge Awakened to draw more, but I wasn't going to tell him that because I would obviously rather win. But I guess there's not much you can do. Next game. Alright, so this is the final match of the tournament where I was playing against Dark Broly. My first mistake, and I knew it was a mistake straight after I did it, but there's nothing you can do, was charging that Goten. I was worried about him warping it, so I figured I wouldn't play it turn 1, but in hindsight it would have been better than what happens in this game, which was extremely nerve-wracking. My opponent doesn't know what Self Surge does, so I'm going through the cards completely, which was awkward because I'm halfway through looking at the top 5 cards. The cards in my hand are the top of my deck, not my hand. And now I'm just explaining the Awaken side. So that is explained. Now I'm looking for a card to add to hand. So how this game went for me was I could not find a 2-drop swap piece or a Successor of Hope. And unfortunately I charged my only 2-drop there because I was just hoping I would run into a Gohan. I think that was a bad idea. And I also didn't see any cells here to drop, at least at the start of the game. So I wasn't able to drop a card. I'm pretty sure I dropped the card that I picked up at the top of the deck just because I didn't have a good option. Dropping Old Mate, Dark Power, Black Marseille, which makes sense because that doesn't really do anything in this matchup. And just feels bad not being able to play anything with your energy turn 1. So passing turn without playing anything. And because I had to drop a card, I've still only got 5 cards in my hand. So Cell didn't let me plus. Usually with Cell you would have 7 cards in hand now. And then the first card he bursts off the top is my worst nightmare with this deck, or one of the worst nightmares with this deck. The Masked Saiyan card that lets you crit a life to avoid any damage, which stops Victory Strike. He's also playing Piccolo, which I hadn't seen before. Something I'll point out, I think it might be on turn 2 for the Broly player, I'll point it out then, but pay attention, he just dropped a Heartfelt Plea in the drop area there with the Piccolo. Just comes up a bit later. So I am taking that hit off both the Broly and the leader and the Piccolo because I'm really trying to find a 2-dot swap piece. But guess what? I still didn't find one. I still didn't find a Successor of Hope either. So right now I am in a bad position. Using the leader skill. Camera's a bit choppy here for some reason. Adding a card to hand. I think this is where I dropped the same card that I picked up, which is very annoying. Didn't see a cell either. I don't think my camera was doing that to the person. I think it was the stream, but I'm not sure. Dropping in a gate because I figured this is either going to work or it's not. Time Magic is not going to help too much. I was just checking to make sure I knew what that Piccolo did. So that Piccolo's a 10k on my turn, and on my opponent's turn, for every marker he gets 5k, I believe, or similar. Every 2 markers he gets 5k. So I'm attacking it to just kind of keep it down. So it's on 1 marker now. Yeah, it's both of us freezing there, so I don't know what's going on with that. So remember, he's got a Heartfelt, so he's got 1 black card and a Heartfelt in the drop. He's taking a life and looking at the top 5 to drop 30k's. He can put 3 30k's in the drop area. So I think he did put 3 30k black cards. One of them's the red Broly, which is also black. So he's got 5 cards in the drop, and then he's going to drop 1 to make it 6. That is the Broly that warps a card from your drop and hand. I just couldn't see, it was pixelated, I couldn't tell. I asked him what the card was there. I thought it was a Heartfelt, so I thought it was because another one he was dropping. So attacking and drawing a card. I'm going to take this. Again, still searching. I'm pretty sure I didn't see Victory Strike either yet. I kind of don't have anything. So this is where he's got 6 cards in drop, but remember one of them is a heartfelt plea. Actually, I just realized I don't think it comes up. Anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about. Attacking with the Piccolo. I think my opponent plays Demigra here, I can't recall. So I apologize, I was mistaken with what I was saying before. Demigra is a 5 cost. I was thinking it was a 6 cost. So he does have Dark Overwhelm 5, which is fine. Ignore me. So now attacking, I have the Warper card, which is already hurting me because I don't have the hand size that I would normally have. Getting rid of another Dark Power Black Marseille there. Just having a bad time here. This was terrible. I was going to combo out and then I thought, fuck it. Excuse my language. I thought, stuff that. And I'd already done it. So I was just searching, really searching. And then I decided I'm just going to take it because I didn't get it off that either. Really looking for a card. I feel like the card that I got from my life though was what I needed. I can't recall exactly. So it was worth taking. Going down to 3 already on turn 3 here. Charging. God, I can't even see. The pixelation is wild. It looks like a Vegeta's King Vegeta's Final Flash. Looking at the top 5, adding a card to hand. So all of that because I didn't, because I charged the Goten. If I didn't charge the Goten, I would likely be going into Victory Strike right now, because he didn't hit anything off his leader. He wouldn't have been able to play anything to warp my battle card, most likely. Finally getting the Cell, using the Cell to just draw a card, I believe, and not take a life, which is pretty clear. Tapping 1 for Goten, activating Swap. For Scrambling Assault and swinging into the Unison. Unison is on 2 markers, still a 10k here, so it's perfect for the Goten. It's like it was made for it. I can attack into it, take a marker off the Unison, and choose a card off the top to add to hand. Bottom deck the other 2. Unison going down to 1 marker, and then obviously clearing that Unison off, just to, because I know I can't kill him this turn. I need to survive another turn, so I'm going to get rid of as many threats as I can. That Demigra, unfortunately, is just not, it's not feasible for me to get rid of it because it would be dropping too many cards from hand. I may as well just neg the card next turn. And then passing here. So he's using the leader skill to take a life, going down to 5. Perfect for me because if he doesn't have a Self-Awakener, the thing with Dark Broly is this guy, Dark Broly leader, can't utilize the 0 cost, 0 combo power combos from hand or battle area if he's not awakened. So half of the deck has no combo power on the unawakened side, once you're awakened, all those cards can be used in the activate battle from the leader skill to make them 5Ks. So this is pretty neg. Nimbus into warping a card for Demigra. So negating the attack, you can only attack with one battle cards once more. You can obviously still attack with the leader there. Another line of play would be I could have surged last turn to draw more cards and also be set so that he wasn't able to play battle cards, or they all came in rest mode next turn. But I felt that, I think I saw my cards, so I knew that if I could just survive this turn, I would be able to get into Victory Strike finally. So I thought it was better off me doing that, because if I did surge that turn, on turn 4, I wouldn't be able to go Victory Strike. I wouldn't have enough energy. So he's comboing with Gravy here on the leader, sending 2 black battle cards from the warp to the drop. Which is a 1-drop Broly and a 6-drop Broly. So just 15 into leader there. He definitely should have pressured more on here. I don't know if he runs Champa or anything, but if I was him, I would have pressured more to get me down to 2 if he did have some way to double strike me. There is the comboing out. So at this point, that was the only 5-drop Goku I had in hand, but I knew that I needed to go into 1 Goku next turn. It wouldn't matter if it was from deck or hand. The other thing with that promo is, because I have 3 life, it's actually a 4 cost, so Pan can't play it from hand, so that's why that one's better to play from deck. I think I might have mentioned that a bit earlier, or maybe in my deck profile. He's using Savage Rush's skill to play it from the drop for 1 energy, sending 3 black battle cards from the drop to the warp. And then he's going to use a ball, I believe. Dark Dragon Ball to use Broly. He's playing the Gohan blocker because that black card is being removed. And then playing a Broly. So what happened here, he wanted to play the Warp Broly to try and help get rid of cards from my hand, because he knew I was hurting with cards in hand, but he didn't have it in the deck. As you see, he burst them all, I believe. Or there might be one in energy. So the only Broly he had was the 30k red Broly, which didn't really do much. That, I think he decided that he was just going to play that because he probably has Heartfelt in hand, so hoping to be able to play that next turn if I go in and take him down to 5 life. Drawing a card here. Taking a life, sorry. I knew he couldn't attack again, so he can't burn me. So there's not much else he could do. I was happy to get that extra card in hand. Potentially probably not even worth attacking for him really there. If I was him, not that it would have helped, but he'd probably play the blocker. I don't know if he has the blocker in here. I think there is one in energy there. That would have been a better play, even though I can get rid of it. It still would have been the ideal play and just hope that I don't have Victory Strike. So he's passing turn here. I am charging my 4th energy, which is another Goten. And that pixelation is crazy. I really need to figure that out. I don't know why, like, camera shouldn't be pixelated. It might be my connection wasn't amazing. His isn't like that. And you can see, compared to the last game, I still have so many cards in my deck, and this is turn 4, just because I did not get the filtering that I needed. So I'm just counting how many U7 cards I have. And from memory, I don't have enough U7 cards. Well, I dropped the Goku, so I must have one. Enough. Unless it's all the cards I need exactly in my hand for the combo. Tapping 3 for swap. Playing the pan. Adding the Goku to hand. I did not have a Goku in hand here. I had to drop it there for the leader skill. But I knew that all I needed was one. I was fine with one, and that Goku is the one that you want because it means I can draw another card and KO one of the cards here. I think the call I made on the KO is the right one. I KO'd the Demigra. The reason for that and not the blocker or the Broly, the Demigra lets me draw a card because it's in rest. I can KO the blocker another way, and if I KO the Broly, he wouldn't want to protect that. So I'm thinking in my head that he wants to play Heartfelt, so he'll probably protect the Broly if he can. That means he might use that blocker. So you'll see what happens here. So now that I can Surge, I had to use a super combo to Surge because I just needed all the cards in my hand. Untap 2, draw 2. Successor of Hope to find another Universe 7, which is what I needed. I was like, I need one Universe 7, and I happened to get that, so it was perfect. I could find that Universe 7 Goku. The other thing about the Surge, I think here, I did kind of play less than optimally in this turn because I was so tired. This was like, you know, after something like 8 hours of playing or more, and as you know, I don't know, for me webcam games are so much more tiring just because you have to like set everything up. I probably should have used the leader skill to just discard one of the cards from his hand and pop the blocker, but I was too scared that I wouldn't kill him this turn, so I thought that I would just leave that leader skill there for a little bit of defense in case. So playing Hope of Universe 7. Now what I want him to do is block with his Gohan here. So I'm going to swing into Broly. Dune, unless I plan to kill him with Hope of Universe 7 and normal attacks, no, I never swing in with leader with this. Ideally, especially against decks that can hurt me on their combo phase, I'll be attacking a Unison all the time if I can, so that they don't get a combo phase. Now, my call here was to attack Broly and hope that he blocks so that I can use all of both of Hope's autos to grab a card from his hand. So I decided to do that and then hope that he blocked, and if he didn't, I could get rid of the blocker on the second attack. So attacking into Broly here and then choosing a card from his hand. I'm like 4th from the right or something. 3rd from the right. And hitting a Heartfelt Plea out of hand. And then he's choosing whether to block or not. Heartfelt Plea is pretty good because that's combo power, 10k combo power. And he is blocking this. That tells me that he still has another Heartfelt Plea in hand. Potentially. Because why would you block it? Unless he just wants to keep it for next turn. Attacking into the Broly again. So that's the perfect scenario for me. I got to snipe a card, I got rid of the blocker. If he didn't block, I would have used the second attack to KO the blocker. But now I get to get another card from hand. And it is a terrible hit, super combo, which is terrible because those super combos are 0 cost combos. So I'm here really scared about the Masked Saiyan because I did see it in his drop, and I'm trying to trying to snipe that from his hand if he has one. But me here, I know that I'm probably not going to survive the next turn. So this is where I should have used the cell to just snipe another card. Then I'm attacking. I've attacked twice, so I'm now going to evolve, and pretty much just what was going through my head is I've done all I can. I've had such a bad start and I've still got here. I'm going to just try and go for game if possible. So I'm comboing and going 45, 55, 65, 65k, Victory Strike into leader. And my opponent didn't have the Brainwash No More, I believe is what it's called. He didn't have enough combo power, and the super combo, I just mentioned that the super combo doesn't do anything, so that's it. And that is game. And that was for the win. So I won the final there, very happy about it. Took the gamble because I knew on 2 life, without a Nimbus or anything in hand, I was dead the next turn. Even if I made all his battle cards in rest, all he needed was 1 Kai to double strike me, and that would have been it. And then the next turn, he would have been awakened, and it would have been much worse. Also, he would have just warped my Victory Strike, so it would have been all GG. So in hindsight, I really should have used the leader skill just to snipe an extra card. But what can you do? I won. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't think I'll run this deck again, potentially with the Unison, but I really feel like Bando's going to hit it before then. I just wanted to get that first win of 2021 under my belt. I've already committed to playing Nappa and the Cybermen next regional, so look out for that. Get ready for my spectacular destruction, because you know that I'm not going to be winning with that deck. Thanks again, guys.